Good morning. Welcome to your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Temperatures sitting in the mid 30s at the moment with a light northeasterly wind. We'll see light variable winds as we continue through the morning, but otherwise remaining cloudy out there as we start our Thursday. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we have high pressure just to the northwest of the area and some disturbed weather moving across the southeastern states that will mainly stay south of the local area, seeing a few radar returns locally, but not seeing anything reach the ground at the moment. Otherwise, we should see this disturbed weather start to push off to the southeast as we have a cold front moving into the area tomorrow, bringing some much colder weather for the end of the week and into the weekend. If we take a look at the upper level winds from this morning's sounding, we have northeasterly winds at the surface becoming west-southwesterly to westerly as we go up through the column, and we have our peak wind of 101 knots at 25,000 feet, and the freezing level this morning was at the surface. If we take a look at the current visible satellite, we can see plenty of cloud material out there with some light and variable winds over the local region. Should continue with this cloud cover as we go through the morning, and we start to see some of the lower and mid-level stuff break up a bit as we get in the afternoon, but the high clouds will remain in the area as we go into the evening this evening, and won't see those start to clear out of here until we get into the day tomorrow as that cold front pushes through. If we take a look at the European model, see how things play out for the next several days. Again, most of this weather will move south of the area and begin to push off to the southeast as the cold front starts to dive down into the area. This is going to bring much colder temperatures as well as some windy conditions for our day on Friday, and we'll see the winds finally start to lighten up a bit as we go through the overnight and into the beginning of Saturday as high pressure builds in, keeping things dry, and we'll see some sunshine coming out starting tomorrow and into the weekend. And as we go into the end of the weekend, we'll see high pressure move off to the east and bring some southerly flow, allowing things to warm back up. So just a quick shot of cold air before we see things start to warm back up. We'll see an area of low pressure develop and moving along off the coast, as well as a weak trough will dig into the area. Could see some precip, other models indicating a little more moisture with this weak trough moving through the area, possibly bringing some precip in the Sunday night to overnight into Monday morning time frame. Right now, giving it just a low chance, as doesn't look to be a lot of precip, if any. And then that will push off. We'll see high pressure build back in for the beginning of next week, keeping things mild as well as dry for the beginning of the week. And as we get later in the week, quite a bit of differences in the models at the moment, so not very good confidence in the forecast past Wednesday. It looks like we'll stay dry through Wednesday, and as we get into Thursday, model here showing this area of low pressure developing and then tracking across into the northeast part of the country, bringing a boundary and some precip into the area starting early on Thursday and into Thursday evening. Other models have this a little slower with the precip moving in later on Thursday, and the GFS model actually has a lot of this moving in as we get into the day on Friday. So it looks like we'll see some unsettled weather as we get towards the end of next week, but at the moment the exact timing is not quite clear. So if we take a look at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, as we go through the day, we'll see things warm up slightly as we get into the afternoon with a high around 41 degrees. We'll start off with light variable winds this morning. Then those winds become west-southwest to southwest as we go into the evening hours. And we'll see things cool down a little bit to around the mid-30s. And then we'll see that boundary start to push through during the morning hours on Friday, with those winds shifting out of the west-northwest to northwest and becoming fairly breezy to start the day on Friday. We'll also see those temperatures dropping to around a low of 33 for our Friday morning. Otherwise, we'll see some of those low and mid-level clouds breaking up as we get into the afternoon and into the evening. We'll keep some of that low and mid-cloud around through the overnight hours, but mainly we'll just be dealing with mostly cloudy to overcast conditions due to the high clouds in the area. And then starting off the day mostly cloudy tomorrow as that front begins moving through. Tides are running about a half a foot above normal at the moment. If we go into our day on Friday, we'll start off mostly cloudy, and then we'll quickly become partly cloudy and then mostly sunny later in the day as that front continues to push through. We'll see windy conditions, so we do have that Red, risk for winds that are above 25 knots, expecting gusts up to 30 knots throughout the day on Friday, so good chance, or actually likely seeing a wind advisory for the day on Friday. Otherwise, it will be a cold day. With those winds, we'll see temperatures and wind chill values dropping as we go throughout the day, expecting a high around 37, and that will likely be in the morning hours as temperatures continue to fall throughout the day. So we go into Friday evening, we'll have a very cold evening for Friday evening. Overall, mostly clear to partly cloudy. We'll keep a breeze around early in the evening, and that will keep wind chill values down pretty low as well, around 5 to 15 degrees for our wind chill values. The actual low temperature will be around 16 degrees. And we'll keep that orange risk for winds that are above 25 knots early in the evening, and then we'll slowly start to see those winds weaken as high pressure starts to build into the area. But overall, very cold evening for Friday evening. As we go into Saturday will be another cold day, but we won't see as much of a breeze. We'll see partly cloudy to mostly sunny conditions. We're expecting a high not to get above freezing, expecting a high around 30 degrees for Saturday, but overall green for our Saturday as far as it goes to weather risk. Looking at the extended forecast as we go into Sunday, we'll see some clouds building into the area, becoming mostly cloudy as that disturbance or that trough moves through the area, as well as that low pressure off the coast. We'll keep that slight chance of rain late into the overnight hours, about a 20% chance at the moment, but otherwise a much milder day for Sunday with a high around 50 degrees. Going into Sunday evening, expecting a cool evening with a low around 38, and then going into Monday we'll see partly cloudy and mostly sunny conditions as high pressure takes control for the beginning of the week with a mild high around 52. Going into Monday evening, expecting a low around 37, and then a slightly milder day for Tuesday with partly to mostly cloudy conditions as clouds build in late, expecting a high around 54. Going into Tuesday evening, we'll continue with mild conditions with a low around 44, and then going into Wednesday could see things warm up a bit with a well above average day with a high around 57, but overall mostly to partly cloudy as we keep clouds in the area with that low pressure system possibly approaching the region as we get towards the middle to later part of the week. Well, that will wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day.